There's a storm across the valley. The clouds are rolling in. The afternoon is heavy on your shoulders. There's a truck out on the 4-lane, a mile or more away. The whining of his wheels just makes it colder.
This is Community Forum, November 2nd, 2022. Priscilla Almquist-Olsen, your host. We are here keeping pace with multiple miracles and in West Bridgewater, across from Market Basket in this small mall. We're going to go inside. We're going to meet the founder, one of the founders, Pam Pace, and learn a little bit more about this wonderful place for mothers with multiple births. So come on in. This is Deborah, who is one of the volunteers who works behind the counter, and she has a little story to tell about the origins of keeping pace with multiple births.
So welcome. The backstory of this lovely place that serves the community, first and foremost, it started back in 2001 in the garage of Pam Pace, who had the triplets. And she and her friend Donna met at the hospital, and she had triplets also. So Keeping Pace with Multiple Miracles was born. We started in the garage, and these are the triplets that got to know one another. And from the garage, it was just multiple birth families who came and swapped things in, swapped things out. There was no charge to that. But as it grew, we had to go somewhere. So we went to Hale Street in Bridgewater to a second-story little shop, and it seemed at the time it was like enormous. And then from there we went to West Bridgewater, and now we're here in Bridgewater doing great things for the community. We couldn't do it without the community, because everything that you will see as you walk through has been donated to us by everybody, who, even people who don't even know us, but most often from people who shop here. They leave their stuff in the back and they come in the front and they shop. So that's the backstory to Keeping Pace. We hope you'll come on down someday. And know most of you know us because of Facebook, and others know us because neighbors have said they were there and they bought something, and that's how they come to us. And grandparents are like 50% of our clientele, which is kind of fun because they're setting up house for their grandkids in their own homes. So we service just about everybody. It's not only for multiple birth families, it's for everyone in the community to come. So thank you for that opportunity.
Thank you, Deborah. And the articles are from newborn through size 12, I think. Yeah. Yes, and it's just so beautifully arranged. And now we will meet Pam and Pam Pace, and that's where the Keep Pacing with Multiple Births comes from, that pacing. And she's going to give us a tour. Pam Pace, and that's where she gets the Keep Pace with Multiple Miracles.
You can come in.
Oh, and here we have a mom.
We have a mom.
And so give us a little tour.
Sure.
This is just an amazing place. And this area is for newborns.
Yes, so this particular room is our infant room. We have everything from preemie all the way up to size 9 months in this particular room. Everything you can imagine for your infant and your baby is in here, from bottles to bibs to toys to bathtubs to a little bit of everything.
Okay, so and here we have some customers.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, okay.
We do. Lots of customers.
And look at all this. So there's everything here. There's all kinds of outdoor clothes and books, all kinds of books, and beautiful.
Everything.
Yeah, everything.
Everything you can imagine. Magic Merlin sleep suits. So our prices are usually very, very, very low. Most of our clothing sells for $2. It has been $2 a piece for about the last 25 years. If it's a specialty item, it may be marked up a bit. Our equipment is all less than half of retail, plus a little bit lower, usually, unless it's very, very new. So,
Great.
and everything is donated. Every single thing you see is donated.
Yes, isn't
Yes.
that wonderful?
Yes.
Now, tell me something, well, we can talk about it later in the interview, but it's interesting. I thought this was a national organization, but in fact, it's not.
Well, it's definitely a statewide organization. We do have families that come in from New Hampshire and Rhode Island as well, so it's really a New England type thing. People do come from pretty far away to come here.
But it's not replicated. You're the only one.
We're it.
You're it. Okay.
We're it.
Okay, so let's go in and check everything out.
Sure. You care?
Here we have a young shopper, Jack.
They love the little
Hi.
shopping buggies.
He's shopping. He's a young
be
shopper. Hi. Hi. Oh boy.
Isn't he sweet?
So cute.
I love his hair. I'm in
Yeah.
love with his hair. Yeah. And so I do want to talk a little bit about the Tiny Table Baby Food Pantry, but there's so many customers over there right now.
Sure.
So the way that works is customers, donors, food pantries, whatever, individuals donate their baby food and formula, rice cereal, jar baby food, Pedialyte, anything like that. We can accept it as long as it is not opened or expired. There is a formula shortage, as you know. We do not ask any questions for income verification or anything like that to see if they need it. We know that if they're here, they need it. So we allow each parent, it has to be the guardian parent. We do need a photo ID. And we also need a birth certificate for the baby, and we give them 2 cans a week, which amounts to about $50 a week in free formula for a lot of families. And you know, we're very proud of it. Last year, I believe we gave over $186,000 in 1 year. There's a formula shortage this year, so I'm not sure how much we've given away this year, but if people bring it to us, a lot of hospitals give it away for free. People don't use it, they breastfeed or just don't use it. They bring it here, and then we can just pass it along. We're the liaison between the families. So
Isn't that wonderful? My goodness.
it is fantastic. We have a volunteer that runs it. She comes in, she's a school teacher. She comes in after school every Wednesday afternoon. You actually might get to meet her today. She comes in and she processes it because we have to check expiration dates. We make sure it's not been opened, and then we make sure it hasn't been recalled. We had a ton of formula recalled this past year. So,
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Isn't that wonderful? So how many volunteers do you have?
Oh, so many. I can show you the volunteer book. We have big organizations like State Street that will come in. We have Ocean Spray coming in a couple of weeks, and they'll come in and they'll bring 25 or 30 volunteers. But we also have individual volunteers who come. Some are retired, some aren't, some are moms, and they just come in and give us whatever time they can give.
So when Ocean Spray comes with their 25 volunteers, what are they doing?
Everything. From painting rooms to touch-up painting to washing windows to shampooing carpet to go ahead, come on in, to processing donations and everything. So it's a little bit of everything that they're doing. There's so much that we need to be done. And you'll see once we go through, it takes a village. It truly takes a lot of volunteers to pull off what we do.
Now
every
you're
day.
the co-founder is Donna Baker. She's not here today.
Donna's not here today, but yes, we were both pregnant with triplets at the same time in Brigham and Women. And it was before the HIPAA policy, so the nurse said, there's a nice lady down the hall who's also pregnant with triplets. So our triplets grew up together, basically. They're 3 months apart, and we've raised them for 28 years together.
Imagine. So it must take also a lot of your organization, yours and Donna's, to organize all of the fleets of workers who come in. Yeah. That's no small
It's so
task.
fun. It's so much fun. Like, we know ahead of time when a big group like State Street is coming, and we will prepare. So we usually know 2-3 weeks ahead of time before they're coming, because they have to get volunteers to sign up. And State Street does this wonderful, wonderful thing that they get paid to volunteer here. So they put in for little mini grants. So it's kind of like money falls from heavens weeks after they come here and volunteer, because we get a little check that the worker can put in for their time at the charity.
That wonderful?
It is fantastic. Yeah.
Well, I have to tell you that everything you have here is just so spectacular. It's so clean. It's so ironed. It looks, and I know that most of this stuff is used, but gently used.
Yeah.
And of course, the younger the child is, the less time the child spent in the apparel, because they grow so fast.
Right.
So
we're super, super, super picky. We have a whole team who does nothing but look for stains, rips, tears before they hang it. We do get a lot of new things donated too, with tags on it, from people's showers or gifts that they just didn't use, or the baby outgrew the clothes before they could wear it. So we are extremely picky. When you come here, it will not smell. It does not smell. It smells good and clean and happy, and we work really, really hard to make sure that it is very much boutique-like, and we want our families that are shopping here to have a wonderful experience. And just because they're paying less money, we want them to feel very, very special.
Well, you certainly have done that. It is a boutique.
It is.
Really is.
Did you get the chandeliers up front? Because that's really nice.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to follow you.
Okay.
And see what the rest of the
Sure.
store.
Come on through. I'm going to take you to the donation center first. This is, hi Susan. Come on down. This is Susan, and
hi, Susan.
She is in charge of making sure that everything in this area is safe, clean, processed, and that there's no product recalls on any of the baby toys or equipment. And that's what Susan does.
Oh my goodness, what a job.
Well, the cool thing is everything that comes in gets touched, looked at, and checked. It's not like we're trying to be, a yard sale. We want to have nice products. So
and you have a computer.
Of course, yes. So like this was an Imagine X. You want to know what it is, want to know how it works, want to know what goes with it.
So she can put all the little parts and pieces with it, and the children enjoy it a little bit more.
Great.
And if you'll come this way, this is, if you can get by, we just got a very large donation last night, but this is our donation center right here.
I donated this yesterday.
She sure did.
It's a toddler crib. It slept in 4 nights, if that.
So we do have a donation bin, and it's located directly behind Meineke. And if you have clothing or soft toys, something that can fit into a plastic bag, you are invited to donate into our donation bin anytime. We don't have to be open for you to do that. So,
look, it's right over there. Do you see it? You got it.
If it's toys or equipment, we do ask to do it during hours, because we need to make sure that it's not recalled, that it's safe, that just like I did with you with your toddler bed, I said, what year did you buy? Like all of those questions to make sure that it's safe.
It was a crib when it was used, but it converts into a toddler bed.
And we've had 2 requests for a toddler bed.
Great.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. And the mattress. I don't see that.
And the mattress. I think the mattress, not sure where the mattress went, but it's here somewhere.
Oh, here it is.
There it is.
That's it.
Very good. Hi, Mama. So this is our seasonal area. So whatever season it is, summer, this is loaded with swimsuits. Halloween, tons of Halloween costumes. And right now it is Christmas time. So we follow the big stores. So whatever season Target is putting out, so are we. We keep right up with the big stores.
It's amazing.
Isn't it great?
It is.
So much fun, huh?
Yeah.
And this is our maternity room. So in here is everything pregnancy related, breastfeeding related. from nursing tops to bras to body pillows when you're pregnant. We started extra small and go all the way up to 3XL. So we have every size in between, and we just moved into this larger room because we're expanding. Yeah, and it's very exciting, but things have all been shuffled around. This is going to allow us to bring out all seasons. So like right now we have a big swimsuit section because if you're pregnant and you go on vacation, you need a swimsuit, but you can't find one around here in the local stores. We're going to have that for you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And look at this swank, really beautiful. Long.
Isn't it gorgeous? It's brand new. That is brand new. So
gorgeous.
You can get coats, everything you can imagine, baby wraps, breastfeeding slings, everything you can imagine, and it's wonderful. This is our toddler to tween room, and we start at 12 months in here and go all the way up to size 10, 12. And we have ballet and costumes, and we have everything from potty training, everything you can think of for a child between 12 months and 10, 12. We have shoes galore, and then we also have whatever book genre. We do offer a free story hour every Wednesday. Susan, that you just met in donations, runs our story hour.
Oh, nice.
And every child that enters here leaves with a free book, which is really exciting. We're big on getting books into children's hands. We love that. So we do have a very large book section as well.
Oh yes, here it is in the back.
There it is.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay.
This is Jessica. She's one of our moms if you want to interview her.
Hi.
She's our tried and true mama.
Oh
so she has twins. So this is Jessica. This is Priscilla and
Jessica,
Jack.
hi. Nice to meet you too.
If you want to come over here, you can get.
Yeah, and are they're two boys?
Two boys, yeah.
And are they identical?
We don't know. We have to get them tested. So they're fraternal in the sense that they had 2 sacs of placentas.
I see.
But there's a 30% chance it could be identical, and they look close enough that we think
They're so
Yeah,
close.
they do.
They're so close.
They're just
and Jess has
beautiful.
been coming since you were pregnant when you started coming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she got to come to a bunch of the classes and the workshops.
How did you learn about keeping pace with
So when I
multiple
miracles. So when I first found out I was pregnant, I was just saying I was pregnant, and everyone was like, "Oh, if you're looking," we have friends that live in Bridgewater, and everyone's like, "Oh, if you're looking for a good place to just get really great product for a used pricing," and they suggested keeping pace, and I was like, "Oh, great!" And then I was actually 12 weeks when I discovered I was having multiples, when I was having twins, and everyone was like, "Well, keeping pace," and so I was like, "Okay."
We can help you both ways, right?
Yeah, so,
Absolutely.
But it was probably further along. I was probably in my 3rd trimester before I really started like taking advantage of.
Well, and you're feeding both of them at the same time.
Yes.
She also breastfed. She successfully breastfed and pumped.
I pumped more exclusively.
Yeah.
I only breastfed for about maybe about a month.
Yeah.
Before I switched to pumping, because these guys did come early. Not as early as they could have come, but they did come early, and so they were just too tired to breastfeed.
Do you mind if we get a little photo of them?
Sure.
Okay. They are so cute.
Aren't they sweet?
Oh my God. How old are they?
They are 8 months as of yesterday.
8 months. Oh my goodness. Wow, they're beautiful.
Jess is a great mom.
Oh, I bet she
Great
is.
mom, great dad. Happy babies.
Very happy.
Yeah.
And are these your first children?
They are.
Oh,
Yep.
very nice.
You never know what you're doing the first time around anyway, and when it's multiples, it's even more fun.
Right.
But we know no difference. So
You'll never know any different,
Yep.
which is wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So this room in here is our baby cafe. And what we do in here is every Tuesday morning we have IBCLC, that stands for International Board Certified Lactation Consultants. that come in. They're baby nurses. They come in and they work with the moms on breastfeeding, pumping. You can actually, we have a special scale that you can weigh your baby and then breastfeed your baby and weigh your baby again, and it tells you how many ounces was transferred, which is wonderful because you can't measure how much the baby gets in the very beginning whenever you're doing that. So anyway, that is in here so we are a baby cafe, and they do have it's a franchise, and we have to abide by certain rules, and we can only have lactation consultants work with the moms and peers. So it's this wonderful thing. We've had over 150 moms come through here. Yeah, it's been absolutely wonderful. We also teach childbirth classes here, so we do have also another nurse who teaches, she's a childbirth educator, and she teaches infant CPR, childbirth. She also does first aid, and it is absolutely wonderful. So that's all done in this room as well.
Wow. And one can have coffee or tea.
Yeah, you sure can. So you can come on back here and meet my friend Kathy. Who also had twins 28 years ago.
My.
Yes, my
Hi,
twins are
Kathy.
both engaged now, ready to get married and have babies.
Yeah.
We're customers for Keeping Pace.
So tell them what you do back here, Miss Kathy.
Talk a little louder.
Okay, so it's just kind of like the sorting room, so the donations come in, and then we all inspect them to make sure that they're all nice and clean, and we button everything and snap everything, and we make sure it's all ready to be hung, and then we price it. And then we put it on a rack ready to go outside and put on the racks out in the store.
Wonderful. So this is the back room.
And tell them what's going on next door, Miss Kathy. What's that hole in the wall for?
So this room has actually been expanded now. So this room is going to be a bigger room. We're going to have more space. So we'll have, that's what this door is here. This is going into a whole nother project.
Oh my.
It's actually not, you can't get through it yet.
Not yet, but there's a hole.
obviously.
There's a little teeny weeny hole we can peek through.
Yeah.
And what's in there? What's going to be in there?
So it's going to be a bunch of new rooms. It's going to be like 3 more rooms for here, right? Yep, so we're going to have a bigger sorting room, and we're going to have a storage room to put our seasonal clothes in, so our winter we can put away, and our spring and summer.
Good.
And a group room, right?
Yeah, there's gonna be multiple sorting stations. So back here they can only have 2 people at a time sorting because they're a little limited because of all the donations that come in, and we want them to be happy and safe.
Yes.
And not trip over anything. So we're getting about 1,300 square feet next door. And then this space, this is the most exciting piece of all, is going to become a second classroom for us because our one classroom the classes are so full, you're getting ready to meet 18 mamas and brand new babies next door, and that class really should be split into 2 classes instead of having a lot of moms. We like to keep the groups small, but there's such a huge need, a huge need for these brand new moms to get a peer and get support from one another and learn from one another, and it's this wonderful, beautiful thing. So we're finding that while the moms are at home with the babies on their maternity leave, they really enjoy coming to all of these different classes. So we need a whole nother space for it, and that's what this is going to become, a second space, a second classroom. We're also offering speech therapy here, so we're going to have some speech classes going on in here as well. Lots of play groups. We have infant massage. We have everything under the sun. It's all on our website that is going to be taking place in these 2 rooms.
And could you tell us the name of your website?
It's keepingpace.org. So www.keepingpace.org, and you can learn about all those great classes, everything from dance classes for the littles, like our littlest babies are like 18 months to 24 months, and they come in their little tutus and they dance to music and they have a little mini recital, and it's just it's like very low key and fun. And we have story time, we have music class is going great. We have tune time with Miss Jessie, who is phenomenal, and she runs a couple of groups on Saturday mornings and then one throughout the month, and they're filling up too.
Wonderful.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice to meet you, Kathy.
You
Continue
too.
working
Absolutely.
and enjoying it.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kathy. Hi, Megan. Let me just poke my head in first
Okay.
and see if they would like to. How you doing, Megan? Priscilla.
Hi, everyone.
And she's the interviewer.
Hi,
And then this is Jack. He's the cameraman. Yeah, so I don't know if you just want to get some shots of the room, and then one of our moms is going to give you an interview.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, do you have questions for them, or?
Yeah, so now tell me, what do you do here? Yes. Wait, I have to get close to you because I have the mic. Okay. So, oh, what a beautiful baby. And so what is this class all about?
So, this is my first time actually coming to this class. But I've taken all the other classes. We took the Expecting Miracles class, and we've gone to the baby cafe to help with my latch with breastfeeding. But I like it. It's like a good outlet to meet new moms and get out of the house, you know. So it's great.
Great. And is there anyone who's a veteran of this class?
We just keep coming because we love it so much.
Okay, so it's the triumvirate here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And tell me what you like so much about it.
Definitely the support that you get while you're in group and new mom friends.
Okay. And what kind of support is most important to you?
For me, it's just hearing about other moms' struggles or even their highlights, just to know that I'm not the only one going through it, which I know I'm not, but it's just nice to have this time for me, mostly obviously for her, but just to listen to other moms and also know that it's a safe space for me to just be gone whatever's on my mind.
That's great.
Yeah.
So it's like in the old days, in the 60s, when I formed consciousness raising groups all over southern Michigan. It's sort of like that. It's a consciousness raising group. You share your stories, you share your fears, your challenges, your hopes, your dreams, your joys, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
in the olden
Look
days,
how little these babies are.
Priscilla, in the old days, you lived with your mother and your grandmother in the same house, right? Or down the street or across the way. So things have changed. And a lot of grandmoms and moms aren't around to help these moms. And it takes a village. It's so hard. Nobody understands other than another mom, right? Yeah, so.
And people are spread around. My grandchildren are in New Jersey.
Yeah.
You know,
They're
a 5.5
sprinkled
hour
about.
drive from here.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
It is, yeah.
Well, thank you guys for letting us cut in on your group.
Yes, and continue to have the joy that I can see is on your faces.
Yeah. That's where you would enter for the baby cafe, is right here. Yeah, so the mamas get to park out here, and
So they have their own separate entrance.
they have their own private entrance, so they don't have to come through the big parking lot and come through the whole store. And they have close parking. We have reserved parking
Oh,
for
that's
them.
wonderful. And look at the sign, reserved parent parking.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay.
It's beautiful out here, huh?
Isn't it beautiful? What a beautiful day.
What a beautiful day.
Beautiful day.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we go in your office and sit down and chat a little bit?
Sure.
So, as the founder, what was your basic main goal when you started? What was your mission?
Well, this was never the plan at all. So like I said in the beginning, Donna Baker and I met in the hospital. And so the store was in my garage for, I don't know, 12 years, 10, 12 years.
Really?
So if you were pregnant with twins or triplets, you came shopping in my garage all seasons, and you shopped for free. So whatever you needed, you just took, but then people donated back, so it was recycled. So we did that for about 12 years, and then we said we found one mom, two mom, three moms who needed to meet just like that, and they came with their twins and triplets and their babies, and we would have coffee and tea while the babies, were in their little carriers, and they would bring a bag of clothes they didn't need anymore. And that's how the store began. And you met Deb Penn, our very first yard sale fundraiser, if you want to call it that, was in her driveway many years ago, 18 to 20 years ago. So we've been at this for a long time. So this was never really the plan. But once we started, our very first place we rented was over on Hale Street in Bridgewater. The building's no longer there. The college took it over. But we had 1,200 square feet. Our rent was $500.
Oh my.
And we would open when we had a volunteer. And we set everything up. Everything was $2, just like it is now here. And we would sell the clothing and equipment when we had a volunteer. Well, we outgrew that in about a year and a half, and then we moved to 194 South Main in West Bridgewater. And just like here, we took over one space and then another space. Every time another tenant moved out, we would take over that room, and it just grew like crazy because people can't afford to buy. Who can buy brand new things now? When you're trying to put food on the table and gas in your car, it's very difficult for new families to afford the things they need to just basically take care of their babies. So this was never really the plan, but once we had the space, we started having meetings and support groups just like you saw. We even have a dad's group. So our dad's group meets the first Monday of every month for pizza, and we have a lot of new dads who come, and we have a seasoned dad that runs it, and they support one another, and it's this beautiful, wonderful thing. So the vision was to create a safe, clean space for people to come and be able to buy nice things for their babies and their children and feel good about it, for it to be nice and clean and look nice, and for them to be able to shop without spending a fortune for what they need, but also a safe place for moms and dads to come and get the support that they need to make them better parents, whether it's breastfeeding or a support group for postpartum, or learning in a childbirth class how to take care of your baby and what to expect.
So how did, obviously when you started it was just providing quality merchandise and clothing and equipment and items and so forth at a really low price. But how did it evolve into the classes? Did the mothers say that they needed, or did you perceive what they needed?
We've always had support groups, always, since from my living room. My living room was we were a support group before we were anything else. So we began supporting other moms that had twins and triplets. My babies were in baby carriers, and my triplets are 28 years old now, and Donna's too were in baby carriers, and we were sitting around the living room having tea, talking about motherhood and support, and what do you do when one's crying? What do you do with the others? How do you feed three at once? So then another mom would join us that had triplets, and another, and pretty soon we had 25 people in my living room, and we graduated to Bridgewater Pediatrics. So we would meet in a doctor's office, and so we've been a support group longer than we've been a resale boutique.
No kidding.
Yeah, so that came first, which what this extra space has allowed us to do is truly offer all these classes and workshops for these families to be able to love and support them.
Well, and you've created such a welcoming and beautiful setting.
Thank you.
Here we are sitting on this.
Yeah, it's like a living room.
Yes, and I just love all of the signs and
Thank
the
you.
quotes.
Thank you.
I'm sure that you put them up there. Yeah,
we handpicked every single one. We really want to build our, you can do it. Like just letting the families know that they can do it. And cheering them on, and it's not easy. It's not easy having children, and it's wonderful and joyous and all those things, but there's some days that it's just not easy. And so we do want to build our families up. We want them to feel really good about coming here, and a lot of them do. You just saw Jessica back here just hanging out feeding her babies. So I think she's here shopping. I'm not real sure. But I don't think she's in that group. So so moms do just kind of come here and hang out, and it's kind of a safe place that they can do that. And that has always been the goal.
That's wonderful. So on your website, which is keepingpace.org, one can see all the myriad of classes and all the offerings, and there is a fee for some of them, but most of them are free.
Some are free, and well, we do have to pay our childbirth educator. They're the same childbirth educators that are in the hospital, so we have the same quality of nurses. We have our baby cafe nurses, so some classes are for fees, only because we have to keep the utilities on and pay the rent and pay our staff. So some are for fee and some are free. A lot of the support groups are for free. So our sprint meetings for multiple birth moms is free. The dad's group is free. The story hour is free. So we do have a lot of opportunities for families to come. If we have a family that is struggling, that is in need, whether they have one baby or they have three, we know, because we do get to know these moms. We get to know these families through the Baby Cafe, through the new moms groups. You really get very intimate to be able to know them. When we have a family that is struggling, we will comp these classes. So we invite them to come. So we just had a mom yesterday who was really struggling, really having a tough time, and one of the lactation consultants came to me and said, she needs some love. So I said, well, we can do that. So we were able to comp her the infant massage class, the new moms play group, and tune time, the music classes. So she's going to be able to come here 4 out of 5 days a week and get support by different people. And it's just going to do nothing but help her be a better mom. So, and that's really exciting.
It is. Now, tell me, do you apply for grants? Are you able to get grants?
So, we have received grants before. It's been a very long time since we've received a grant. Our store is our fundraiser. So that the store, the boutique feeds into all of the classes and workshops. We are going to be actively writing. If you're a grant writer, please give me a call because we would absolutely love to chat with you. It is not easy to get grants. It's not easy at all, and it takes a lot of work, and it's almost a full-time job. So we would love, a dream come true would be to get a nice grant to be able to offer more classes and workshops for no fee. And we would love to have an on-site lactation consultant, an on-site postpartum doula.
Oh, yeah.
These are all things that we would absolutely love to be able to have in the future. So we still have we're expanding. We have a lot of goals.
Yeah, you sure do.
Yeah.
Well, Pam Pace, thank you so much
Thank you,
for
Priscilla.
this wonderful tour.
Thank you.
It's just, it's no longer a little secret in West Bridgewater.
I think the word's gotten out. We have 15,800 friends on Facebook that follow our boutique. So yeah, I feel like a lot of moms and dads share They're like, you need to go there, and we're very happy that they do.
Yes, and we're very happy that you gave us the opportunity
you.
to view this wonderful place.
Thank you.
It's full of love and joy and education and companionship and all the teaching. And you made a very good point before that the mothers and grandmothers are not always close by, and so you're their surrogate.
Yes, and I will tell you, the mom, what they do is they'll start off at the childbirth class. You heard one of those moms say, I attended the childbirth classes. So they go from the childbirth classes to the breastfeeding classes to the baby cafe. Now the baby's born. It's really here. So they come and get the breastfeeding support at Baby Cafe. And then from that, they move to the new mom play group, which is what that is, to infant massage. And what happens is they become friends. They all move together. And so the big group of them all attend all of these classes together. And I have been honored to be invited to some of these babies, not that group, but another group's first birthday parties, where I knew every single mom in the room, and they became all very supportive of one another and best friends. They were each other's village because of what's going on here, and that's really cool.
You certainly have created a village, Pam, and Donna, who's
Yes,
not here.
Donna, who's not here.
She's your co-founder.
She's here in spirit.
She is, and we want to thank her for her wonderful contribution too, and for you for giving us the chance to learn all about this magnificent place.
Thank you for coming. We look forward to helping lots more families.
Yes, and this is truly a miracle.
Yes, it is a miracle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And this is Priscilla Almquist-Olsen bidding you farewell, and until next time, be well.